how has your business changed over the years in terms of the services that you provide, the way that you offer them? Is there anything that you know, look back on going, yeah, I'm now doing like the way that I work with my clients is much more leveraged, or I used to offer something that just didn't really work very well. Any lessons like that you would maybe say to somebody, hey, this is a shift that I made and it really helped me for the better in terms
Hmm.
of how you structure your offerings?
It's not so much about structuring my offerings, but it's about creating repeatable content that
Mm,
I can leverage, right? So repeatable content here, like I have a framework a strategic framework map of how to work with executive coaching clients, right?
mm,
Or two, I do a lot of executive training, and I do very bespoke training. But also, if somebody, I have a massive library now of things that I've written over the years that um, I can use that are repeatable. It's my content,
yes.
so I can use that as a training. So it's important to create bespoke, but I also think, what are the repeatable frameworks that you can use so that you're not recreating the wheel each time? I think
So
it's really
you're,
important.
it sounds like you're developing a lot of and have developed a lot of intellectual property over the years that you're able to leverage for
Yes.
content as well as for working with your clients. You mentioned and that you don't really use a content calendar. So to me
Mm-mm.
that sounds like it's a bit more organic or free flowing in how you approach content creation. Yet you
Mhm.
do write for different publications. How how do you approach writing then? I mean, do you
Ah,
have, because oftentimes what you know what I'll hear from consultants and clients is, yeah, Michael, I'm so busy delivering on a project that,
mhm.
or multiple projects, that I don't have time to work on my marketing. I don't have time to, you know, to develop content. Any advice for those people who might be struggling to create content or to work on their marketing and business development because they're so
Mhm.
busy just delivering on projects?
Oh, yes. And I think there are times when I just don't have time to write, right? Or I don't have time to do marketing. So you just kind of have to live in that like mess, right? I just
Right.
had one of those for 3 weeks. I was so busy, I couldn't. You just live in that mess over there. That's okay. It's not a mess. It was great with the clients. But um, I keep, so it is very organic, but it's not, right? I keep I don't have it in front of me, but I have this notebook, this moleskin notebook. Whenever I think of I think, oh, that's an interesting idea. I write that down in my notebook. So I
Mhm.
have, I don't know, maybe right now 40 pages of interesting ideas. So I can just kind of flip through there and do it. I think the thing with writing or marketing or any of that is you just have to keep doing it. Like, for example, a year ago, so I just wrote an 800-word article today, did it in a couple of hours, it's all done. Maybe a year and a half ago, I could not have done that 2 years ago, right? It's really just about repetition.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you know what? I got up at 7 o'clock this morning and just banged it out. Just and it took an hour. We all can find an hour because we're scrolling on TikTok, we're loving our email, you know.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, it's interesting. Typically, the people who say I don't have time, it's not that you don't have time because we all have time, you know, same
Mhm.
amount of time. And the question always is, how can one person accomplish significantly more, produce a lot more, develop a lot more in the same, you know, 24 hours a day that others have?
Mhm.
And most often, the person who's producing more is actually busier than the person who's producing less. It's all about how you use your time, how you structure
Right.
it, whether you let, you know, trying to be perfect hold you back from actually starting,
Oh.
or you just kind of get it done. I'm wondering,